Look, I've seen a lot of bad advice out there. You absolutely do not need ChatGPT to help you write photorealistic prompts. You do not need a super long prompt. You can get by with just 1 or 2 keywords. Iron Man damaged. It looks good, but you can tell it's not exactly real life. And you want to know how simple it is? Use the word photorealistic in your prompt. Look at number 1. That's amazing. And that's how easy it can be. But there are a lot of other words you can use instead. Let's go over them. Let's say you go with a prompt like sunset on the moon. You'll get some beautiful illustrated images. But you can use a phrase like stock photography to bring it into reality just a little bit. Like take a look at the foregrounds. In each of the pictures, I would say they are very realistic. If that's not enough, you can try something like tourist photo, where in number 2, it now looks like you're exploring a beautiful beach. And that might not be what you want, but as you can see, we're bringing these images closer to our reality. And if you're not interested in that look, you could try these. First, here we have sunflower field. Sure, these generations aren't that bad, but there's something slightly artistic to them. So you could throw in some words like cinematic still, cinematic lighting, or just screen grab. And those will all tell Midjourney that we're looking for something more similar to the real world. Look at number 1, that is just gorgeous. But to be honest, maybe the biggest thing you can do to get a photorealistic picture is to use style raw. At the end of your prompt, you're going to type in -- style raw, and that's going to use a different style of the algorithm. Look how gorgeous these are. All 4 of them, absolutely stunning. Oof. Goosebumps, man. And for those of you who don't know, in layman's terms, Style Raw is an algorithm that will follow your prompt in a more literal way. It has some downsides. If you have a short prompt, you run the risk of generating some ugly pictures. Style Raw also has a natural lean towards photorealism. So instead of using a bunch of words to describe our reality, Style Raw can get you there pretty quickly. And again, that's probably the most important thing you can do, and that's how easy it is. However, increasing the stylized value allows Midjourney some creative freedom, and in exchange, it raises the likelihood of generating some beautiful pictures. And now look at these, more goosebumps. Oh my god, number 3 is so beautiful. Style Raw with some stylized value. Great stuff. For the record, here's the sunset on the moon in the Style Raw. As you can see, much more realistic. Style Raw S400, realistic and beautiful. Best of both worlds. Now, if you're trying to make characters, Midjourney tends to default towards illustrations. Futuristic pirate captain, and you can see here that it's generating images that look like concept art. So what you can do is mention a specific camera. I have to point out, it doesn't matter what camera you choose in terms of modern cameras. Sony, Nikon, Fujifilm, all of them represent the DSLR, the modern camera, and that's all that Midjourney is going to understand. However, mentioning something like vintage Polaroid clearly gives Midjourney more of a frame of reference for what specific type of picture you're looking for. Style Raw also comes up clutch. Nikon Style Raw S400. And at the time of this video in Midjourney 5.2, the initial grid you get is going to be more varied. So we aren't looking for the perfect grid. It doesn't matter if 3 of the images suck or if they're not what you wanted. All we are looking for is one picture that satisfies your vision. Like here, 1, 2, and 4, not the best. But number 3, that's what we want. But wait, there's more. Robot dolphin. These are not very good. I mean, they're pretty, but they're not photorealistic. So what other words can we add? You could try National Geographic photo and get something like number 1. It's so cool. You could run it through Style Raw and get something like number 2 or number 3. Look how realistic the lighting is bouncing off the water. That's wild. And you could bump up the stylized value a little bit and get some gorgeous shots like these. Number 1 is so cool. That is a robot dolphin. This next phrase helps a lot as well, especially for the accents and smaller details of your images. Invasion of the cloudy aliens. These look like some hazy, soft paintings. How do we bring that into reality? Associated Press photo is going to help a lot. Look at the lighting in number 2 and the traffic beginning to pile up in number 4. And then take a look at Style Raw. All of them are so cool. I love number 3 and number 4, but this little suburban street here with the cloudy alien above, that's incredible. Style Raw S400, and we allow Midjourney to be a little creative with its images, and they're starting to get pretty cool looking. I like number 2 a lot. Number 1 is ominous, and number 3, that looks real to me. But you know what? I can save you some time. You can achieve a cinematic look with just one word. Here's the prompt, a coastal barnyard. Number 2 kind of looks realistic, but you can see the rest are a little more illustrative. So the only word you need for a photorealistic prompt is unsplash. Unsplash is a stock photography website that has a cinematic look, and when you use this word in Midjourney, it tells the bot everything it needs to know in terms of a cinematic photorealistic result. Love number 1, love number 3. Unsplash also works really well for some of the more imaginative aesthetics. Here's avant-garde superhero, and these are gorgeous paintings, sure, but watch what happens when we add that word. Immediately brought into real life. No style raw, it's not necessary. Unsplash is that powerful for photorealistic prompting. You want to try rendering an object? Like a retro style abstract vinyl record player. Beautiful images, but clearly artistic and creative. Not realistic. You can add the words product photo to your prompt and generate a beautiful mix of creative reality. I mean, look at the shading in number 1, the form in number 2, the physical weight that you can see in number 4, and the stylish design of number 3. I can't recommend product photo enough. And for these, I use the same seat number so you can really see the difference that that phrase makes. Okay, I have 3 more words for you to try, but first I wanted to tell you about my new prompt pack. This video went over the ingredients you'll need, but this pack is filled with recipes. I've made a PDF with 50 examples of photorealistic prompts. A lot of them use the same framework, and some of the pictures are from version 5.1, but they all work really well in my opinion. In fact, some of them work better in 5.1 than they do in 5.2. So I don't think it matters when you're seeing this video, you'll get the results you want. Each prompt will be shown in 3 different aspect ratios: portrait, square, and landscape, so you know what the generations can look like. Now back to the tips. If you have a prompt that's a little strange, like the cat in the hat, you can try street photography for a more candid approach. The framing and composition won't be perfect, which lends itself to the photorealism that we're looking for. Or you could try raw image for a photo shoot feel. Like, look at number 2 and look at number 4. I mean, number 4 is a cat in a hat. Awesome. And finally, you can use the word Lomo photo or Lomo photography if you want some images that are less polished. These may feel more unexpected or spontaneous. Number 4 is creepy, but I love number 2 a lot. Don't forget, there are some free PDFs in the description. Follow me on Instagram if you want a better view of some of my pictures. I hope you're doing well, take care, and I'll see you next time. Peace.